Hello, I'm Mrs. Tiltman and welcome to this presentation on A-level history. I teach the British side of the course and my colleague Miss Johnson teaches the European side of the A-level. Our historians will certainly, over the 2-year study, develop their interest and enthusiasm for the subject. Build on things that you already may have known about, either from your own interests on history or by pursuing the course for GCSE. But we will also provide you with opportunities to learn about different aspects of the past that you may not have come across before. You will appreciate the social, cultural, economic, religious and political changes which have taken place in the past. You will certainly improve as effective learners, and over the course of the 2 years you will become much more independent in your learning. We will help you to make far more critical judgments based on evidence that we provide you with. We expect our historians to certainly have a love for the subject, and that love and passion will certainly develop as the 2 years goes on. We don't expect our historians to necessarily have a GCSE in history. If that's the case, you are expected to have at least a C grade in English language. Our historians are expected to hand their work in on time. Our historians are expected to redraft work in order to further improve. So if your work is below target, you can expect your work back with critical information from your teachers, and it will help you to reach your target grade. We expect our learners to complete tasks to prepare for lessons. The work that you do at home will be in preparation for the next lesson. The activity then will help you to clarify and to consolidate your learning and will help you to apply your knowledge, for example, to past paper questions. We do expect our historians to take part in lessons as well. Over the 2 years there are 5 different units. 2 units, the depth study unit, which you can see unit 2 and unit 4, is a continuation of one depth unit which goes on over the 2 years, and the others are new units. To give you a little bit more detail, unit 1 is a topic which we cover in year 12, and it's a study of Britain from 1880 to 1980, and it's a story about all the different changes which took place over that 100-year time period and how equal Britain became over that 100-year time slot. We look at things like the development of social reform. We consider the impact of the different wars that Britain faced over this 100-year time period, in particular the First World War and Second World War. We look at the major changes which took place in Wales. For example, the decline of the use of the Welsh language, decline in religion, and we also look at the development of women's rights. Right for the vote, more opportunities to work, and also we look at legislative change after 1945. Other different types of legislative changes we focus on are, for example, acts to do with the legalisation of homosexuality in the 1960s, the legalisation of abortion, and also the reduction in the age at which you had to vote. So Unit 1 is very much about the changes which took place in Britain over a 100-year time span and who in particular benefited from those changes. At the same time in Year 12 you will have an equal amount of lessons looking at the first depth unit, which is Weimar Germany, delivered by my colleague Miss Johnson. And here you'll be focusing on the situation in Germany at the end of the First World War and all the different challenges that the new government, the Weimar Republic, had. Those new challenges, things like the putches, the rise of the Nazi Party and Hitler's attempt to take over in 1923, the depression which occurred 1929 onwards, all of those challenges help to explain why in January 1933 Hitler became Chancellor of Germany. Into Year 13, and then we focus on Unit 3, which is a study of the Tudors, and there are 2 themes here. The first theme being poverty and vagrancy, why there was so much poverty in Britain after 1485, how poverty was dealt with, and then we look at the extent to which attitudes changed. Theme 2 is about the 5 major monarchs who led Britain at this time and the different types of challenges that they faced too. So we look at Henry VII and Henry VIII, Edward, Mary and Elizabeth I. Unit 4 on Nazi Germany is a continuation of the breadth study Unit 2. Now at the end of Year 12 you understand the reasons why Hitler was made Chancellor. This one is from 1933 to 1945 and it looks at the changes which Hitler and the Nazis made. Changes to the lives of children and teenagers, workers and women, changes to the economy, changes to undesirable groups like the Jews. This unit also looks at the impact of the Second World War on Europe too. Unit 5 is the non-examination assessment unit, and this one begins after the May exams in Year 12. This is an individual study. It's very independent. You have to research using a whole range of sources that you find an answer to a very controversial question. And the question will be related to appeasement, which is the extent to which Britain should be held responsible for the outbreak of war in World War II. The unit weightings here are broken down into Unit 1 and Unit 2, 50% in Year 12 each. If you then decide, as most of our historians do, to continue into Year 13, each of the 5 units have an equal weighting of 20%. You can see the different assessment objectives which are examined. Assessment Objective 1, AO1 is knowledge and understanding. AO2 is source analysis skills and AO3 is interpretations. At the end of Year 12 there are 2 exams. In Unit 1 there are 2 essays to complete. In Unit 2 there's 1 source and 1 interpretations question. At the end of Year 13, because the coursework, the NEA, has been ongoing, you will have 2 further exams. There will again be 2 essays on British history, that's the Tudors, and 1 essay and 1 source-based question on Unit 4. So you can see that the course is very much divided into knowledge and understanding and a test of historical skills. Skills analysis and essay writing are just as important as each other. These are some of the examples across the different units that you would be given in order to practice. For example, war had an important influence on the changing role and status of women between 1918 and 1980. Discuss. To what extent was Hitler's leadership responsible for Germany's defeat in the Second World War? These are some examples of the source-based questions. You can see that there is a mixture of different types of sources from historians and a use of contemporary evidence and different types of evidence too. For example, propaganda, cartoons, newspaper accounts, army reports, etc. And the questions here give you an opportunity to really show off how much your skills of analysis have developed, looking at the purpose, the context, the authorship, a target audience, tone, strengths and limitations of sources. These are some of the different careers that our historians have gone on into following a study of A-level history. And as you can see, not everybody becomes history teachers, not everybody goes directly into areas relating to history. The reason why we've got so many pupils going on into different careers is because of the skills that history teaches you. History is an academic subject. And more than that, it teaches you how to analyse and to think, to look for the reasons why something has happened. It helps you to select relevant information. It also helps you to come to a balanced judgment and not to make judgments just on face value. And above all, history is a study of people like us in the past. This is very much a people skills subject. These skills will help you in literally any type of career. We have outstanding results here in the history department. You can see some examples of percentages here from the last time we had exams in 2019. And both our Year 12 and Year 13 performed much better than Welsh averages. We are really proud of the success of our historians. We help them to meet and beat their potential. If you have any further questions about the course, how you're assessed, or if you'd like to discuss anything in any further detail, please don't hesitate to contact me on the email address on the screen. Thank you.